YouTube. This is Cover to Credit.
So, last weekend and week was Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con 2016.
Dun, dun, dun.
So with that comes a bunch of releases of trailers for movies coming out this year and next year. And they came out in full force. I spent one afternoon after I had seen them relaying them to Kevin because I wanted to have this conversation. So we'll start with the non-comic book ones that we saw. I showed you King Arthur? No, yes I did, King Arthur. What do you think of King Arthur, looking at it now? It's a Guy Ritchie movie. It has a lot of Guy Ritchie tropes. Rewinding time, really quick, like, stutter camera shot, like where he's telling part of a story, and then just big sweeping landscapes. Continue, I'm sorry.
You know, I couldn't figure out the setting.
I couldn't either. Timeline, you mean? Time-wise? I had the same thought. There was architecture that seemed post-medieval, yet there was sword and shield like it was still medieval.
Yeah, it was like a weird dystopian post-apocalyptic sort of throwback thing.
It didn't look bad though.
Anachronistic weirdness.
Did that bother you? Did that throw you off?
No, like I said, I'm not sure where they're going with it, but I'm sort of interested to find out.
I am kind of. My wonder will be, will there be a Merlin involved?
Definitely. I'm pretty sure there's a Morgana.
Oh, we did see. That makes perfect sense. Because you see, wait, I don't know if it's the same thing, but you see that, like, person, like, blending in with the wood, female. And I thought maybe that was something to do with maybe a...
I think she was probably a druid, but there was a person who I definitely thought was a Morgana.
Could be. Could very well be. However, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what comes from that. The other one, Kong Skull Island.
Oh, Jesus
now,
Christ.
Wait. I know Kevin's not a big monster movies. They all
I like
suck.
monster movies.
But
I think this one was friggin', I don't know. I mean, it was...
It'll be interesting.
To me, it was...
Listen to some of this cast.
Monster movies... Go ahead.
Some of this cast. Sam Jackson, Tom Hiddleston, John Goodman, the guy that played Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton, I can't think of his name, and I think Brie Larson, but I'm not sure. I think it's Brie Larson. I mean, pretty good cast. I don't know what to exactly expect.
Monster movies are always difficult to deal with.
Especially lately.
Because you'd think as the special effects improved, we'd see more monster movies because they wouldn't look quite so terrible. But it's sort of had the reverse effect where we've gone away from monster
Is it still the uncanny valley when it comes to the monster thing? Where something that looks so alien, I don't mean as in extraterrestrial, but so foreign, there's no way that we look and believe it.
Disbelief.
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, exactly. I will say, think of it this way though. You look at the Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And then you look at the one that came out last year. Last year is head and shoulders above that. The problem last year's, the people last year before, the problem people had there was they didn't show enough Godzilla, which is a weird argument to be had, but they kind of didn't. I didn't mind that one. I don't know, did you see that one?
No.
I didn't mind that one. I don't know what to think of this. It looks interesting. You're going to be on Skull Island, so odds are there are going to be other crazy animals. And then King Kong, and they're making Kong big enough where he doesn't look like Mighty Joe Young from Disney. He looks like he doesn't look like an ape that can climb a skyscraper without it falling down. Like and I'm pretty sure the reason they had to do one of two things. They either had to upscale Kong or downsize Godzilla because they're talking about making a Kong versus Godzilla movie. Now I know you like monster movies in idea. If they make Kong good, will you be excited for that mashup?
Yes.
I will be too. And I'm hoping for the best. Let's move on to the next movie. We're going to start into the comic book movies. We're going to hit, I'm making sure mentally, the only trailer that Marvel released. There were other trailers, kind of teaser trailer stuff seen in Hall H, but the only one they released, Doctor Strange. Did I show you the new Doctor Strange? I don't think I did. No. Doctor Strange, I want him to watch it eventually. Comes out in November. I'm excited for that. After Suicide Squad, kind of one of the bigger movies I'm looking forward to the rest of the year. This gets a little more in depth on what some of the relationships are between Strange and the Ancient One and some other things. There's a cool clip, and this isn't a spoiler, there's a clip at the end where Chiwetel Ejiofor hands Benedict Cumberbatch's Strange a piece of paper with this word on it. And Strange goes, "What's that, my mantra? Or my..." Well, he goes, "No." He goes, "It's the Wi-Fi password. We're not savages," and shuts the door. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it is very trippy visuals. Like, this is not going to be a cut and dry thing. This is going to be very cerebral and kind of a psychedelic in times, because you're dealing with like astral plane, multiple dimensions, all kinds of crazy stuff. Personally, I understand why people are comparing it to the visuals from
It reminded me of Inception.
There, people keep going with Inception. I understand that, but it's not the same thing. Where Inception, they are tweaking that, and it's the only reason it reminds you of that is the building scapes, the like crazy folding of. I understand, I get it. I'm just saying it's not the same thing. That's all I'm trying to say. Now, let's get into the big two. Now, there was a Suicide Squad trailer released that put in some of the music that I from the movie. I didn't show that to Kevin, I don't think. And I liked it, but I'm kind of overseeing anything because next week is Suicide Squad. However, we did see the other two. I'm going to do the one I like the most last. We're going to go Justice League right now. What do you think of Justice League? Because we both were like meh on Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was.
Okay, let me hear me.
Meh is a good word.
I was worried about how this would go because of how dark and kind of meh Batman and Superman went. You know what I mean? It did not go well. This, however, has hope. Whether that's in the way, the relationship building you see in the trailer, to me has a lot of hope. Whether that's Batman and Diana talking, Wonder Woman, and their conversation, a little jokes, you know, in the end, yes and no, or more or less, or yes and no. It was yes or no. He said no, didn't he? He said no. Like, the joke is there, like, or it's the dysfunctional relationship between Batman and Aquaman, the way Aquaman looks like a badass, and the one that I was most worried about, the relationship between Batman and Barry Allen. I was most worried about that because I still really enjoy Grant Gustin's Barry Allen. Didn't know how Ezra Miller was going to play it. I liked the way he played it a lot. Quick kid, smart, kind of makes jokes, and the whole I'm in. You serious? Really? He goes, well, I need friends. Like, it's a perfect line for Barry Allen. It worked out perfectly. Cyborg, I think, is going to look better as the graphics get done. Because they're not done filming.
Kind of bad.
A lot of people don't have a problem with it, but I'm just saying I think this is still early. They're not finished with all that yet. But next year we'll see. Then the movie that I'm now probably looking forward to the most in DC right now comes out early next year. Wonder Woman. What did you think of this trailer?
I thought it was kind of cool. Like I said,
Do you know much about Wonder Woman?
Yes
A little bit?
and
Yes
no.
and no? Okay. More yes or more no?
More less.
Well, it starts with Chris Pine and Steve Trevor washing up on shore. Diana found him on the Paradise Island. And first man she's ever seen. You realize with his uniform and what you see later, this is World War I. And you realize that somewhere along the lines that Paradise Island gets invaded. And you get to see all the Amazonians just kicking the shit out of these soldiers. There's a cool scene where you see, I can't think of her character in the movie, but it's Robin Wright's character, who is a general in the Amazonian army, and like the visual of her flying over the rock, and guys are hiding. So she's jumping backwards over a rock with a bow, and shoots two soldiers in the back facing the other direction. And then they started with the whole Wonder Woman in like the bunkers fighting with the soldiers, and like some of that visual stuff looks really, really good. I just think, people, the only thing people are worried about, and this is what I've been reading, is you still are yet to really hear her, as in Wonder Woman, talking in a scene. It's all short, very clip, and people are like, we don't really know if her acting is stiff or if what. You still haven't seen that much. She didn't have that many lines in Batman vs Superman. She didn't have that many lines in the trailer. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, like I said, I've been reserved
up to now.
Well,
even after now.
Even after now.
After seeing the trailer.
To me, the DC thing was always, a day late and a dollar short. And to me, it always seemed like they were trying so hard to piggyback on Marvel's upswing and bringing comic books to the big screen. And they were always just a little off.
Well,
and I haven't seen anything so far that has made me think that they're still not just a little... They're still just missing every time.
The only argument I'll have for that is, when the Marvel boom happened, DC didn't have plans for anything like this. The reason I say that is because you're talking Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. Like, that was the only DC properties having movies at all then. So, you're talking about how they always seem just a little off. Batman v Superman's the first time they've tried anything in years. They did,
Superman
Man of
movie.
Steel. I forgot about Man of Steel. That's how much I enjoyed Man of Steel. I forgot about it.
Like I said, to me, it's the same thing.
What I'm saying though is, you're talking since they restarted. Because those three Batman movies, other than the last one was meh, the other two were really good. But they also weren't trying to build this universe. These now I understand. Where you're talking from Man of Steel on.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I get that. That was my justification. I was trying to say you're not talking those three bats. You're talking Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and the building that's coming from that.
Yes.
Yeah, they are chasing. I mean, we know that. But Marvel didn't release anything other than Doctor Strange outside of Hall H, right? So people are really, really excited at the fact that Warner Brothers knew they had to start pleasing people or they were going to be in trouble. So they did not hesitate to just say, hey, here's what we got, and we're giving it to you. We're giving everybody's getting it. You know what I mean? And I thought they did well. Justice League, where Batman and Superman looks very dark and very dreary and very droll. Justice League did not. It really didn't. Like, it looked a lot more upbeat. There were jokes. There were no jokes other than, is she with you? No, I thought she was with you. That's not a joke. They're just dumbfounded that a random chick showed up and started kicking ass. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
This, though, there were jokes being made, whether that's Barry Allen or whether that's I heard you could talk to fish, or whether that's did he say he said no? Yes, he said no. You know, there were actual jokes being made, which to me is what was lacking in Batman vs Superman and plot. We're not getting into that. I'm just saying any kind of lightheartedness was not there.
I don't see how they're going to do Justice League. Superman's dead.
He's not dead. No, listen, he's not. Listen, he's not in the trailer at all. Okay.
He's dead.
One whole side of the panel in Hall H, one whole side wall. Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Cyborg.
Superman's dead, dude.
Superman's
dead.
He's gonna be
so dead.
Okay, here's my question.
Maybe
And I
they bring him back as a super cyborg.
Oh God! Here's my question for you. Here's my question for you, and I will go back to this movie and find it, or this video and find it. How long into Justice League before Superman's alive?
26 minutes. Write that down.
I will.
Put that
right
in your cell phone.
I will right now.
26 minutes after Justice League starts, Superman's alive.
Go to memo, more. Write it right here. Bear with us for a second. 26 minutes into Justice League.
Superman comes back to life.
Superman
meets up with Lois.
lives.
They kiss, make a bad Man of Steel joke, fade to black, switch scene back to Batman recruiting.
No.
That is what is happening. 26 minutes into the movie.
26 minutes Batman or Superman lives. Okay, I'm going to go with an hour. 1 hour into JL. We will come back and see when that happens.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
So, let us know what you guys thought of these trailers from Comic-Con.
They were all crap.
Kevin would have flipped the table if he could have. Even though he liked half the trailers, he's still like, no, I can't like these trailers because they're trailers and reasons.
Reasons are the best reason for anything.
So, let us know what you guys thought. Let us know if there were trailers that we didn't see. There was a trailer for Bad Santa 2, a teaser for Bad Santa 2. There's some other stuff that came out I didn't see. But, you know, like, subscribe, share this, and until next time.
Thanks for staying till after the credits.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone ever questions you on anything, just scream reasons and start flipping tables.
Reasons! Why?